Yo droners, another episode. I think it's episode 3, and today we had another nice drone day. Some things happened, but first of all, the first news is that I got my drone license. Since the 1st of January, it's required to have a drone license. There's different classes and different subcategories, but I'll go into it maybe in a separate video. But long story short, I can fly legally. That really gives some confidence flying. Although I just started, at least I'm starting correctly, and I don't want to pretend that I know all and everything, but it's very definite. It's a big distinction between knowing nothing and at least have some certificate. That much said, it is an opportunity for a lot of more people to get into the hobby, because before that you had an RPL, you really actually had to have a flight license. And now it's basically a downgrade of it, where on the other side everyone needs to be registered. You need to be an exploitant, you need to register your drone, it needs to have a mark on it. And long story short, they're even gonna work up to remote IDs and stuff like that, all cringy, but long story short, you can fly at least legal now. And if you have any cops showing up and you know you're in your right, you can just say, I know I can fly here, here's my license, please fuck off. So that's why I got it, and I'm really glad I got it, also safety-wise. So that's it. Today we're flying the Zangetsu, of course, and we're bringing the M2. And again, we're gonna bring another plane. Mark is gonna bring his plane. Something is gonna happen to it. I hope we'll capture it, some on images. But anyway, it was a very good day. Now you're gonna see some shots with it. Let's go.
So no GPS. Six. Okay. Hey. Ready? Yep. Oh no, I saw it flash by. Yeah. It was on F, I think. Okay, mine's off. What's that? I don't know, A1 I think. I'm on 200. 5865.
was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Yeah, bro.
That is so epic.
So a little view of the third run we had, and really nice Saturday again. We calculated the weather. We had at least 2 hours clear sky, or not clear sky, clear wind and no snow. But we knew as soon as 2:15 it was going to start snowing, and we took it out for a spin. And exactly the moment I disconnected my drone, it started to snow. It was like perfect timing. But in the meanwhile, Mark lost his plane. It was already faulty. It had already a crash coming, and in the end, long story short, it was faulty. It was already lived out its lifetime already a long time, and he just gave up on it. So if you're looking for a nice camera, it's somewhere in the forest in Zoetermeer. We might find it one day, probably not. What was else? Oh yeah, we were well prepared because we knew it was cold outside. It is Holland. It is going to be cold. Packed for the weather. Basically, we were well prepared, and I was glad that we really checked the time before, and I think it's really important to plan your flights. And what I did was the day before I was in a neighborhood. I was like, should I scout it out? Because I usually do that with shoot locations when I'm actually shooting. And I was happy that I actually found this area. It was a closed off area with 2 fences, and where people actually had to open the fence to get in. So it was a natural border, and it was perfectly for flying. And yeah, I feel my confidence is growing. The moment I took off the camera, I was already flying a lot harder and a lot thicker. And I think I should just get in as many hours as possible. And that also means flying in the cold. I mean, go hard or go home. And we went hard. Then we went home, and yeah, that was it. So thank you guys for this episode again. Mark, too bad for your drone. Rest in peace. Einar, thanks again for filming. Hope he's gonna get soon on the FPV as well, and I'm poking him towards it. I think he likes it, but he's still on his Mavic, and he might take off his Mavic wheels. Anyway, long story short, droning again. Oh yeah, when I was scouting, I actually burned my Frankenstein. It was upside down in a puddle, and I burned it. Small FPVs, really hate water. Big FPVs as well, but small ones. I really find that the micro drones are really nice to learn, but actually to fly, you need FPV goggles, and I had them, but the camera was faulty, so I was going without them. Flying that tiny without FPV and still line of sight, but after like 50 meters, you cannot see what's up or down or in front. So I really recommend you have to fly FPV 100% with those small drones. I think that was about it. We're gonna close it. Thank you for watching, and see you to the next episode. Ciao.